Happy New Year and welcome back. We're so excited that you have joined us for our TXC&CP+Me My Goals. It's a new year, so it's time for new goals. So let's take a look at some of the different components that we can work on to ensure that we meet those goals and strive for success. You are off to a new start on this new semester of the school year, and you have all different kinds of dates and assignments that you need to keep track of. One of the best ways to do this is to utilize a planner that fits your workflow. You can find free online planner platforms, free online templates, or download device planner applications, or even walk into a store and pick out a paper copy. Whatever works best for you and the way that you like to get organized, make sure that you utilize this to help you be successful this semester. We know getting organized is essential, and using a planner to do that is ideal. But how do you go about using a planner in the first place? Well, according to Erin Condren, who is one of the pioneers of the planner world, the first thing you need to do is set your planning goals. Before you start using your organizer, you need to think about what you want to achieve with it. Do you want to be more productive? Do you want to manage your time better, reduce your stress, or like me, all the above? So write down your goals and keep them in mind as you plan. I like to call that backwards planning. Step 2, you need to then go in and add your important dates. So we know that with our new courses, what we want to do is look at our content and see when those deadlines are and how long it's going to take you to complete those projects, and make sure that we schedule them into our planner so we allow enough time to complete all of those different tasks. Once you're going through and adding all those important dates to your calendar from your school year, don't forget to also include birthdays, anniversaries, and other special occasions. This will help you to stay on top of your schedule and avoid missing important deadlines or events. Now it's time to make your to-do lists. Create to-do lists for each day, week, and month by writing down all the tasks that you need to complete within those time frames. Now you need to prioritize them based on their importance. This will help you to stay focused and stay on track throughout the day. And please make sure that you get the most important things done first. It'll give you the motivation to keep running through and working through all of the rest of your tasks. Now you need to track your tasks. In step 4, you're going to track your tasks as you complete them. This will help you see your progress and give you that sense of accomplishment. You can also use this information to adjust your plans and goals as you need. And now for this month's focus of TXC&CP+Me and My Goals. You want to make sure that you dedicate certain pages in your planner to write down your goals. We'll learn a little bit more about the different types of goals in today's session, but writing your goals down will help you to stay focused on what's important and will motivate you to work towards achieving them. In step 6, it's time to set up your planner pages. Divide your planner pages into sections for different areas if it's not already set up that way. Make sure that you don't just pay attention to your schoolwork in those pages. We want to make sure that you have a good balance between school, life, home, personal tasks, interests, activities, whatever it is that plays a big role in your life. Make sure you include it in here so that you make sure that you carve out time for those things that are important to you. This will also help you stay organized and ensure that you don't miss any of those important tasks, and taking care of yourself is included. That's right, planners aren't just great for keeping track of your schoolwork. They're great for all the different self-care components of your life. List making, goal setting, daily, monthly, yearly overviews, visualization and motivation, habit tracking, meal planning, and even journaling and memory keeping. All of these different things can be tracked and organized in your planner to help you not only get a good idea of all the different things you need to do today or this week or this month or this year. It's a great way to look back and see all the things that you have done this day and this month and all year. Now, planners are great fun when you start. You get super motivated and you write a bunch of stuff down on the very first day. But how do you make sure that you keep yourself consistently coming back? Well, first off, keep your planner in a visible and accessible place. Keep it in a place you see often, like your desk or your bedside table. This will remind you to use it regularly. So figure out what time of day you're wanting to use your planner and set up that routine. Make it the same time for the same amount of time every single day for a month. And once you have done that for a month, you will not even have to think about it again. You will walk in, grab it, jot your stuff down, mark your stuff off, whatever you need to do, and it will become a part of your daily routine. You can even set reminders or alarms to check your planner. You can use reminders on your phone, on your computer, around your house, whatever you want to do so that you make sure that you are checking back to your planner so you don't miss those important deadlines or events. You can even reward yourself for using it consistently. Figure out a reward system that works for you, and it can be something as simple as treating yourself to your favorite snack or taking a relaxing bath at the end of the week or a long walk to help you just make sure that you have recognized yourself for your hard work and your consistency in not only meeting those deadlines but also reaching your goals. And one of the best ways to make sure that you keep working hard on your planner is to have fun with it. Play to your strengths and your interests. If you love to draw, make your planner a big doodle book, right? You can write down your different tasks that you have to complete and then make those tasks written super cute with all your different colored pens. Put stickers on there, whatever it is that you like to do. Play to your strengths and your interests, and this will keep you coming back to getting organized and getting planned. You've determined what your dates are, what your tasks are, what your projects are. Now it's time to put all of those different written words into actions. You need to make sure that you are using appropriate time management skills so that you can get all of your tasks done, so that you can meet all of your deadlines and your goals. First off, make sure that you have those prioritized. If you only have a certain amount of time to do things, you've got to get the most important things done first. That way, if you run out of time, the things that are left can be done another day. Now, number 2 is really hard for me to say out loud because I am terrible at it, but you have to make sure that you are not multitasking. Whenever you multitask, you don't fully invest yourself into anything that you're doing. Therefore, you're not giving your best self to any of the tasks that you are working on or any of the projects at hand. Work on one thing at a time. Complete that thing and then move to the next one. It's actually going to save you time in the end. You also need to make sure that you avoid distractions. If you have distractions, then again, you will have to spend more time figuring out where you left off, or if you're switching back and forth between tasks, you have to figure out where you left off and where you need to pick up, and that ends up wasting more time than just completing it without distractions from start to finish. Number 4 is probably one of my worst ones, which is learning to say no. You do not have time to do everything for yourself, let alone everything for yourself and everyone else. So you have to figure out which things are the most important, which people need you the most, that you are able to help out without crossing your boundaries or causing you to be unable to complete your tasks. It's always a good idea to use time management apps. So you might just look around on whatever different device you have to see what is available for you to be able to really organize and chart out all of those different things in moving pieces. Using planners is a great idea, especially if it's something online where you can move around and click around and change and edit. But if you're like me and you like to write it down on paper, you're going to need to supplement that with a time management app that is actually editable, because we all know once you write something down on paper, especially if you're using those super cute fine point markers, you can't change it. So really consider for number 5 to use time management applications. Number 6, make sure you've organized your day. If you just start off your day and you're not sure where you're headed, you will end up wasting more time figuring out what you need to do instead of having it planned out the day before, so that whenever you wake up in the morning, especially if you're not a morning person like me, and you wake up and you're like, man, I know all the stuff that I need to do. I thought about it really late last night. I made an itemized list in my head, but I can't remember any of it now. Write those things down, plan out your day before your day ever even starts. And make sure that you take breaks. It is extremely important for you to not get burnout. Burnout is the biggest killer of productivity. Just like how the day one that we get our planner, we get super excited about it and we go all gung-ho for it, but we don't do that consistency, right? And we don't do it in the amount of doses that we need to do it. Doing anything in moderation and consistently is going to get you better results than going too hard, too fast, and getting burnout.
Here's what I do to get a good study session. So first things first, I open those blinds to get some natural light, and then I turn on my lamp to get that soft glow. I keep my cup of coffee by me to keep me going throughout my session, and I just have to keep my desk neat and organized so I can stay on track with what needs to be done. And of course, I love to be comfy while doing it, so I throw on my most comfiest clothes.
As you can see, time and task management go hand in hand. So you need to make sure that you organize your workload so that you allocate enough time to complete each of your tasks. So that means, again, prioritizing, scheduling in your tasks, setting clear goals, and minimizing your distractions. For task time management, not all tasks are created the same. Some take longer than others, so you need to make sure that you plan accordingly. One of the best ways to do this is to make a to-do list and just write down every single thing that you need to do. Once you have done what's called a brain dump and written down everything that you need to make sure that you complete, start organizing them by priority and by length of time it takes to complete them. One thing you might do is consider employing different time and task management techniques like time blocking or the Pomodoro. For the Pomodoro, you would take that most important task that you need to complete and work solely on that for 25 minutes. Once you have completed that 25 minutes, that timer is up, you will take a break for 5 minutes. Then you'll start another 25-minute timer, and you will complete this cycle until you have finished that task. It's a great way to help avoiding burnout. Remember that taking those short breaks during your study sessions or working on your project also help you refresh your mind and take a step out of the task at hand so that you can think a little more outside of the box and get a little bit of a different perspective once you have stepped away. Again, remember to avoid multitasking. If you focus on one task at a time, it actually increases your productivity and helps you to finish your tasks faster. And finally, it's a great idea to break down those tasks into smaller bite-sized pieces. Large projects can be really overwhelming, but if you divide them into each step that needs to be completed to finish the final project, it helps to make it a little more digestible, and you can check off each one of those individual smaller pieces to give you more gratification once you have completed the final project. Goal setting is a critical aspect of staying on track to become your best future self. Whether it's setting short-term goals that are typically within a year, like passing your course's certification exam or competing within your CTSO competitions, or it's medium-term goals like which school you want to go to or which job you want to get after high school, or it's your long-term goals like which career you want to chase after and who you want to become. Make sure you check out this month's Recipe for Success to be a pharmacist. There's lots of different things you need to make sure that you are aware of and you are knowledgeable about in order to be successful in this role that plays a huge part in its community. Okay guys, it's now time to put those thoughts and goals into action with a vision board. You can either use this as a template or create your own using any device, including your computer, or you can use your planner and write it down. Things you want to make note of is what you want to do when you grow up and what you want to be. Those are two different things, right? What you want to do is a career. Who you want to be is a complete lifestyle. You also want to make note of what you're good at and the things you enjoy doing and hobbies that you like. The reason we want to do these things is so we have a good jump board to see what it is that you like to do and where you want to end up, so we can figure out what we need to work on next. Once you have figured out all those different components, now you can write your next 3 steps. We will be working on our vision boards for the remainder of this semester, so please make sure that you keep up with it and all the different things that we're going to add to it throughout the semester so that you can be there for our Vision Board Awards in May. Thanks guys, see you next time.